John, I can't believe it. This is the penultimate. I love saying penultimate, which is next to last.
Great word.
Probably pedantic to say penultimate, but anyways, it's probably pedantic to say pedantic. This is the next to last mock draft simulation we're going to do on in the lab.
Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. Sound a little bit like George McFly there. Hey, get your damn hands off her. But anyways, we are set. Let's get rocking and rolling. You ready for this?
Let's go. Let's do it.
So here we go. We're going to share the screen. And as you know, we use the Pro Football Network Mock Draft Simulator.
That's right.
And we love it because they have trades. So here we go, Johnny. We're doing 7 rounds. Click over here. We're going fast because
always
too fast, too furious. And we're going to click on Houston.
That's right.
We're going to enter the solo draft. And here we go. We are going to make the Houston Texans a better football team by choosing some of these guys. So
let's go.
We've entered the solo draft. Names are flying off the board. And at 25, the Texans have some options. Before we look at those options, and my mouth is watering when I see one of the options, Tampa Bay wants to send us a crap package of a second, a third, a second, and third over the next 2 years. No, thank you, Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Get lost.
Okay.
The Saints want to give us their 2 and their 3. Thanks a lot. No thanks. This is interesting. The Rams want us to move back 1 spot, and they want to give us a 5th rounder that they have next year. I'm not against that, but John, seeing this name right here, the 23rd ranked name overall, which I think could probably be ranked higher, Tyler Booker, the offensive lineman from Alabama. I just want to run up and turn the card in with about 17 seconds into the 15-minute allotment.
Here's where that trade offer from the Rams would worry me, because I think they would be trading up because they see the same name.
Yeah.
And so I would think, no, we're not going to take that. We would get, I think, a 2026 5th to go down 1 spot. I wouldn't do it because I think the Rams want that same name. I've thought
they also just saw Gray Zabel get picked a spot ahead at 24 by the Vikings.
So you kind of fear that run of the 2 or 3 guys that you're thinking about that spot. And it makes me think of draft day. And in, the reason I think of that movie, I'm blanking on. It's 1 spot.
And timeout, John Harris here, he started following the draft and getting into the draft after he saw the Kevin Costner movie Draft Day.
That's false. That's false. Sorry. But I do watch Draft Day.
It's a fun movie.
I do watch Draft Day. Oh, here's why I was thinking of Draft Day. Kevin Costner writes on the Post-it. Do you remember what he writes on the Post-it?
Remind me.
Vontae Mack, no matter what.
Got it. Yeah.
That is, Tyler Booker is my Vontae Mack. Tyler Booker, no matter what. He's there. Snatch him. Let's rock. I think Tyler Booker is the right pick there at 25, so we're making
Bam. You did it. Ooh. Okay. Here's an interesting one.
Trade offers.
Yeah, 58. And one of your 7ths to move back 11. So move up to the 106th pick. So you'd be out of the 2nd round, but you'd have a 3rd
and you get a 4th. And that's one thing the Texans don't have, Drew. We don't have a 6th because right now, as it sits after pick 89, because we go 58, 78, 89, I believe is the numbering. And then it's all the way to 166.
Yeah.
So I would be prone to make this deal with New England because I get 69 and move down 11 spots. I move down to the top of the round in 3rd round, but I also get a 4th rounder at the top of the 4th round. I do have to give up my 7th round pick, but I'm okay doing that.
Yeah.
I like this trade offer. What do you think?
I like it too, and I'm prone to take it, but I want to see what else is out there.
Okay.
Move back 2 with the Lions and add 196.
I actually like the Patriots one a little bit more because I like that top of the 4th round pick at 106.
But look who's here before we do this.
Okay.
You got Wyatt Milam.
No.
Guard from Virginia. You don't like him, huh?
I like him. I think it's probably a little bit high for him.
Okay. Caleb Johnson, the running back.
He is really fun, man. If the Texans are going to be a wide zone team, Caleb Johnson is absolutely the pick. No doubt he's the pick. No question.
Ursery.
Well, we've already taken Donovan Jackson. I think Ursery's a really good tackle. We talked about him before.
Took Booker.
Oh, we took Booker.
Yeah.
We took Booker. And I like Ursery, but I don't love him. I actually would like to see him in the 3rd round, but that's just me. I think he's kind of kind of long and awkward a little bit. But look, one of the things I've always said, he gets guys blocked. Somehow he gets guys blocked. I like pick 57, or the player of number 57, Jalen Royals, wide receiver, Utah State.
Yeah.
I would be very tempted. I don't know, and this might change everything for me because I don't know that we could get him down at 69. And that's so I'll leave it up to you, Drew, because I like Jalen Royals. But I like that Patriots trade offer.
That is a nice offer, but let's get guys we think can help.
Okay.
We think will be there. So let's take Jalen.
Jalen Royals, 6 foot, 205, thick, strong, fast, very fast, but lightning change of direction. I think it's a good pick. We're taking Jalen Royals at 58.
Hey, you want to move back 5 spots and add on a 7th next year?
No.
You want to add a 3rd next year and move back about? I'm not into that.
We got 2 trade offers. No, I don't think either one of them look good. So we're sitting at 79.
Okay, you got the highest rated player is a defensive tackle from Toledo, Darius Alexander.
You want to do this easily?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, that's your guy?
That's the guy. Okay. I have him rated in the 40s.
Ooh,
I think he is a stud. Now, he's a little bit older. That's kind of one of the things against him, but he was at Toledo for 6 years. Dude is long, fast, athletic, great pass rush moves. Darius Alexander would end up being a player for us for sure.
Okay. Here we are. We're picking again at 89. We're getting asked to give up 89 and a 7th.
Yep.
To move back 7 spots and also pick up 134 from the Eagles. Let's remember that one.
Okay.
And then let's move back and not really get great stuff from Washington. Now, I'm cool with the first one, but I see Elijah Arroyo available, the tight end out of Miami, and I know you like him a lot.
Yeah. I don't understand why he's at number 90. I really don't. He's a tremendous seam runner. I mean, he's going to be a one-on-one matchup nightmare for defensive backs, I think. I think it's going to be really tough for him. Gunnar Helm is also on the board at 87. I think Arroyo's a little bit better athlete than Helm, but I don't know that you go wrong with either one. Now, what we've already done, if you think about what we've already picked, we've picked Donovan Jackson, guard tackle.
Tyler Booker, yep.
Why do I keep saying Donovan Jackson? We got Tyler Booker, the guard. Then the second round, we got Jalen Royals.
Yeah.
And then we got Darius Alexander. So we've hit the 3 positions, interior offensive line, interior defensive line, and wide receiver, that many people, us included, think that's the way that we should go. So to me, I think tight end is up there. Now, I think you would probably look at more of an inline blocking tight end. And I think Arroyo is very willing, but I don't know that that's his core competency. I think if you're looking for an inline wide, Jackson Hawes from Georgia Tech, maybe in the 5th or 6th round. So I like these 2 tight ends, though, that are on the board. I like DJ Giddens, the running back from Kansas State, who's also on the board right there.
Yeah. There's also Terrence Ferguson available lower down.
Another tight end I really like out of Oregon. So
I kind of want to do this trade with the Eagles.
I do too, because you're only going down 7 spots and you still have those 3 guys you like.
And you're dumping a 7th to move up into the earlier in the draft. So
now we lost Arroyo.
But Gunnar Helm is there.
And also Terrence Ferguson is there. And
Dylan Fairchild, another guard, if you want to keep going offensive line from Georgia.
Good, solid football player. But I think for right now, I kind of like what we have at guard. By having taken Tyler Booker with adding Ed Ingram and also Laken Tomlinson, depending on what you want to do with Titus Howard. Titus could play guard. So I think you're guard-wise, I think I might be okay there.
Okay. I have
Helm, Ferguson. I have Ferguson rated ahead of Helm.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well.
Yeah, not by much, but I have Ferguson rated ahead of Helm.
And he must be good because Gunnar Helm is one of those guys that I had just a casual football crush on. I like dudes that hurdle people. I like big dudes that hurdle people. No, he's a big dude that hurdles guys. He played for the Longhorns. But if you say Ferguson is the guy,
but don't get me wrong though. I like Gunnar Helm a lot.
Yeah,
I really like Gunnar Helm. He's just not quite the athlete that Ferguson is.
Then let's do Ferguson. Is that our pick?
Well, here's the other. We're gonna throw in the wrinkle in there. I mentioned DJ Giddens, the running back. DJ Giddens, the running back from Kansas State. Now, as a priority, which one do you think is a little higher? I tend to think it's tight end, but I don't know that either Helm or Ferguson are going to scratch the itch really that we need as an inline blocker at tight end.
Okay.
Giddens, I think, gives you a little bit more in a passing game. I think could be a really dynamic dude with a ton of speed.
Let's scratch itches then. Let's take Giddens.
Let's take Giddens. Let's do it. Let's take Giddens from Kansas State, the running back. I like it.
Taking your first 4 picks, and now you've added one in here in the 4th round. And the Jaguars want you to move back and move. I don't really want that one, do you?
Nah, don't trade with the Gladstone.
Exactly. Okay, so we're picking again.
Okay.
We got another running back. No thanks. Quinn Ewers, no thanks. Howard Cross III, defensive tackle from Notre Dame. Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle from Notre Dame. Jackson Slater, what do you think? I mean,
I like him.
You like?
I
Jackson
like
Slater?
Jackson Slater. He's a center/guard. Tough, really tough dude. Strong. There's one name that I see there that it really intrigues me, and I'll tell you why. He played at the University of Houston, but then he transferred his final year to Oregon and played alongside Derek Harmon, who I really like. You know that. He was in my mock draft, first-round Texans pick, the last mock draft I did. Jamari Caldwell was fantastic throughout his senior year. He is a big dude who can move.
Let's do it.
And I like that. I like that a lot. We got Darius Alexander. He's a little different. He's 305 pounds,
which is
slick, sleek, can really rush the quarterback. Jamari Caldwell is a guy that at 325, 330 pounds is agile and can really move. I like Jamari Caldwell right here in the 4th round. This would be a great 4th-round pick.
I'm in.
Okay.
He's picked.
All
okay.
right, nice.
So now you're going to wait a little bit because of the trades that have happened. But you got the 166. You got the 5th. Ewers is still there. Jordan Phillips is still there. A guy we've taken before in mock draft still, and Sampson, the running back, is still there, but we're not going to do that here today. You like Jake Briningstool, or is that...
He's more of a pass-catching tight end.
Not really, yeah.
So I'm okay with that. But that pick right there, 147, J.J. Pegues.
Another D tackle, huh?
I know we've taken defensive tackle, but I'm gonna throw you the ultimate curveball. J.J. Pegues could actually be our big man version of Travis Hunter.
Really?
He could play defensive tackle, but at the combine, they had him work out at fullback. And he ran routes and caught the football and just looked awesome. Fantastic. Ole Miss would get in Wildcat and put him, he's a former quarterback, and they would put him in the Wildcat, and they would just run power with him. And he picked up first downs, I don't know how many times. J.J. Pegues, I know it says defensive tackle, but he could be a little like a different weapon to use offensively in addition to him playing defensive tackle and learning how to play defensive tacle.
Well, now, 47-year-old Drew Dougherty likes this. 8-year-old Andy Dougherty, who was a huge fan of William the Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah, there you go.
You're saying. But I just got to throw out one more thing.
Okay.
Jonah Monheim, a center from USC. Are you interested? Or
yes, I'm very interested.
But not as interested as Pegues?
I like Jonah Monheim. I think he went from tackle to center in 2024 at USC. When I saw him at the Senior Bowl, I was really impressed with his grit, kind of his toughness. You think USC, kind of flashy, but he was really tough, really kind of latched on to blocks. He didn't win every one, but you could just tell there's kind of a grimy, gritty, swarm-like attitude. If you gave me Monheim here at 166, I'd be very, very happy. I also like 166 on PFN's board, Miles Frazier, who's got long arms and plays guard. He's got some technique work to do, but he transferred from FIU, and I think he played about as well as he could have at LSU. So I think there are some definite good options on the board right here. I'm going to let you make the pick, though.
You know, I kind of like the Monheim pick because I just want to keep raising the level of competition there.
I like it. Center, I like it. Good.
So let's do it. We're going with Monheim from USC.
I like it.
Now, it's going to be a little while before we pick again.
Yeah,
we get to the 7th, and I think
all the way to the 7th.
We've dumped one of those picks. So
I think we only have one left.
Yeah, you see the names coming off the board, and here the Texans go at
241. Okay,
so let's see. At the tip top, you got Ty Hamilton.
Oh, good player, man.
Ohio State.
If we didn't already have taken 2 defensive tackles, I would be all over Ty Hamilton right now.
Jackson Hawes from Georgia Tech.
That's the guy I mentioned.
Another name, Cody Simon,
special
linebacker
team
from Iowa.
superstar, great senior year.
So we've taken Cody Simon before, but you like Jackson Hawes, a tight end. What are you thinking here?
I just feel like Jackson Hawes as an inline blocking tight end. He's an Ivy Leaguer. He went to Yale. I won't hold that against him. But at Georgia Tech, he really showed what a blocker he is. But then when he went to the Senior Bowl, I'm expecting, okay, I'm going to watch this guy block, but I'm watching him run some good routes. He's got good soft hands. I'm not saying that he's going to turn out, to catch 75, 80 balls in a year, but I just feel like to have somebody that just gets after it as an inline blocker at the Y position, the tight end position, that just frees you up with Cade Stover. It frees you up with Dalton Schultz. I'm not saying that you get a guy in the 7th round, he's going to be a starter either, but you can at least go in that direction. So Jackson Hawes would be the pick here. I like the guys we mentioned. Hamilton, but we've already got 2 defensive tackles.
Yep.
Raheem Sanders, speedy, linear, fast, big back. But we already got DJ Giddens, who gives us that, and then he gives us some wiggle as well. Colin Oliver would be an interesting kind of hybrid stack edge rusher. Nazir Stackhouse, again, we've got a number of defensive tackles. Mac McWilliams, I think, is underrated corner. But to me, I think Jackson Hawes is the pick. But I'm going to let you make the final decision, Drew.
I'm going to roll with that. That's
okay.
cool.
Jackson Hawes, there it is.
All right. So here's the final tally. We get the guy that a lot of folks have lusted after.
Yes.
Tyler Booker at the tip top. And
Tyler
then
Booker. Jalen
Royals, wide receiver, can you think come in and make some plays for the Texans from Utah State. You got Darius Alexander, a D tackle, who you kind of think is a steal there at 79, and then a running back in DJ Giddens. Jamari Caldwell, the D tackle, Jonah Monheim, a center, and a tight end to round things out, Jackson Hawes. We made some trades, so we stayed true to our Nick Caserio kind of model, making multiple trades. Maybe not as many as Nick might make or has made, but some trades nonetheless. You cool with that?
I'm very, very cool with that draft. I like what we've done there. Good diversity amongst the defensive tackles. One bigger, one a little bit sleeker. I love getting Booker, like I said, the draft day mantra. Vontae Mack, no matter what. Tyler Booker, no matter what, at 25, I would absolutely love that.
Booker alone makes it feel like a big victory. So,
absolutely.
And then the other stuff, that's icing on a delicious cake.
Yes, it is.
Very frosty. Actually.
Well said, Drusif.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we're going to do this one more time, which is going to be Wednesday. So 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
And then in between then, we'll have another in the lab. But the draft is almost here. I can't wait. I know you can't wait, John. And I know you watching, listening, being the third part of this tripod. Because the tripod falls over, there's only two parts.
That's right.
So the three of us, we had fun here. Hope you loved doing this because I know we did. And we will see you and talk with you next time.